Now, somebody might likely ask, okay, why did Jesus come in the form of a man if you are saying God is not a man? Now, I want you to understand, like I said previously, that the biblical times existed in a heavily, underline that word, heavily patriarchal society, a male dominated society. As at that time, male dominance made women invisible, made women look like properties, commodities. You are not seen, you are not heard. Even those biblical times, it doesn't mean that women did not do works, women did not partake in those things, but because of their male dominance, they erase it out, making it look as if it was mainly men. I don't know if you understand me. So Jesus coming as a man, taking the body of a man, let's use that word. He taking the body of a man was a strategy. I don't know if you understand. It's just like now, maybe like the way we watch in Nollywood movies. They're trying to trap maybe a very notorious kidnapper or thief, and they will get a woman because they know that maybe they know that that woman is the man's weakness. They will get a woman to be able to trap him. But why are they getting a woman? Why didn't they just go and trap? Because they know it will be difficult. It's like dead on arrival, especially when that person is very notorious, to just go and say you want to trap him. What did they do? They make use of a strategy by making use of a woman. The woman will come like she loves him and everything. And when the man is finally vulnerable, they will do what? Come and arrest him. So Jesus coming as a man, taking the body of a man, was a strategy. If Jesus had come as a woman, it would be dead on arrival. Because then women were not allowed to talk, they were not allowed to hold offices. And Jesus, the mission he was coming to do, required him to be bold, publicly talking, publicly challenging them. So there was no way he would have been able to achieve that if he was in the body of a woman. So him coming as a man was a strategy. It's not in any way reaffirming that God is a man. God is neither a man nor a woman. God is spirit. So there's no way God would have made Jesus come as a woman because it would be dead. I remember I told you that God does not, when God is working in this earth realm, most of the times he has given us dominion over this earth realm. He walks through us. He doesn't override. In your brokenness, he will walk through it. In your limitation, he will walk through it. In your weakness, he will walk through it. Gradually, he will walk through. He doesn't override. So that's the reason why somebody will say, why did he not just come and do another thing? No, that is not the way God operates. He walks through men. That is how God works. As long as this earth realm is concerned, he walks through men. As long as we are still in the era where men are still worshiping God, we have not got to the era where God said, if we fail to worship him, he will raise stone. Maybe that one will be another type of operation. But as long as this earth realm is concerned, where humans are still here, God works his major way of operation, except during times of divine intervention and miracles. His major way of operation, his major modus operandi is to walk through men rather than override men. So Jesus was walking through the brokenness of the world as at that time. He was walking through their limitation as at that time. He was walking through their weaknesses at that time of being in a male-dominated system. So him coming as a man was a strategy because him being in that male body allowed Jesus to be able to move freely into society. You and I know that Jesus was always on the move from one place to another, doing miracles, teaching, allowed him even morning, day and night, allowed him move freely, allowed him to be able to teach in public places religiously. Because there was no way, as a woman, that you are not supposed to be hold public offices like that and teach publicly. So him having a woman body would not allow him do that. I don't know if you're getting me. So that male body was a strategy so that he could be able to move freely in the society without any form of restriction because he's a man. Him having that male body allowed him to be able to teach publicly because he's in a man's body. Him being a male allowed him to be able to do what? Challenge their rules, challenge them. And they would take him seriously because why? He's in a male body. Remember the time where Jesus went to the temple and found them buying and he pulled out whip to wipe them. There was no way he would have, even if he came as a woman, there was no way he would have been able to do something like that. He would have not been able to challenge the Pharisees, challenge their ideologies at that time in a woman's body. If he had come in a woman's body, it would have restricted his voice and made his purpose, his mission even harder. That's if they don't look for a way to just try to, because they will look for a way to, because they will feel like it will not be possible. You are going against them already, just like you are trying to swim against the tide of the ocean. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you. So Jesus coming in a male body was a strategy. It does not in any way symbolizes that God is man. And what did Jesus do in that male body? We see that he honored women. We saw Jesus talking with the woman that was ostracized, that was labeled a prostitute because she had 7 husbands. And if you read the Bible, you see that when the disciples came and saw Jesus talking to her, even the woman herself was shocked that Jesus was talking to her. The disciples came and they were shocked that Jesus was talking to her because as at that time, it was frowned at culturally that a man holding such religious position would be seen publicly talking to a woman as that. How about the woman with the issue of blood? As at then, culturally, you are bleeding with such kind of disease. You are not supposed to be seen in public, not to talk of you being close to such person of religious that holding such religious office. That was why when Jesus said somebody touched me, the woman was hesitant to come out. She was scared because she has broken the rule of coming out publicly where crowd is. 2, she even touched somebody, a man of that nature, of that caliber. She was scared, and Jesus kept reaffirming that somebody touched me. And when the woman finally showed up, what did Jesus do? Instead of him shouting at her, why did you touch? Do you know he did what he said? Your faith has made you whole. And what did he call her? Daughter. Somebody that has been downcasted, insulted, and seen as nobody, he called her a daughter, reaffirming her status in the society, confirming that she is a human being, she is whole. How about the woman that they brought and they called her adultery, and they brought her before Jesus, that Jesus, we caught this woman adultery. What did Jesus do? He told him that if he told the Pharisees and everybody, they say, who have not sinned, be the first to cast a stone. What did Jesus do when they finally left? He told the woman, go and do what? Sin no more. We see Jesus several times in the Bible honoring women. Even after Jesus' death, who were the first people to see his resurrection, to realize he resurrected? Women. Women were among his disciples, which at that time it was not supposed to be so. So Jesus, in many instances in the Bible, did not affirm that God is patriarchal. He cancelled that ideology by honoring women, defending them, standing up for them, and anyone that you want to add. So with this, I hope you are able to understand that Jesus taking the body of a man does not in any way symbolizes that Christianity is patriarchal. The core value of Christianity is equality. Equal value before God. They are neither Jews nor Gentile, neither male nor female. We are all one before God. They call Christianity at its core talks about brings transformation, intimacy with God, relationship with God, equality, equal value before God, and not male dominance.